Hello and welcome back to Vault Hunters Vault Assault SMP. My name is Buzzy107 and popping in now on today, July 1st, we were notified in Discord by the admin, oh my goodness, his name is Infernal Harmony, that there is something that we gotta go look at in the shopping district. First of many. And if you look, it says, read the lecterns on one of the... Okay. Alright, so let's go here. And we'll go ahead and read this. Welcome, assailants. This is the first of many trials bestowed by us. In celebration of your 1-month anniversary in our realm, we hereby bestow you with a small contest. An elixir time trial event. In the chest beside you there are vault crystals, 3 of which are assigned to you. All of which are elixir vaults. Should you die in these vaults, the items you went in shall be restored. Okay. You should not be granted any experience for completing these vaults. In addition, once you are in one of these vaults, you will be unable to leave until the task is completed. Your task is to complete all of the vaults as fast as you possibly can. Should you die in one of these vaults, the time in the vault will be marked as 30 minutes. The player with the least time in the vaults will be deemed the winner of this little contest. The winner of the contest will be granted a unique piece of gear of their choice with a living modifier. This gear piece shall only have 1 repair. Even if you should not win, you are free to keep the loot from your vaults. Before you try to pull the I spend no time in the vaults so I win, failing to complete all the vaults before the deadline will result in disqualification. You have until the 7th of July 2025, 1 p.m. UK time to complete your vaults. Good luck. Adona the Malevolent, Tinios the Omniscient, Valera the Benevolent, and Windar the Timekeeper. Alright, we'll go back to page 1. We will find my name. Lot. No XP, no XP, no XP. Okay. Well, we will take these. And we will take them back home, and we're going to put them in some item frames. Alright, so from what I've been watching, well, what I've been seeing, you can actually farm I guess not. Alright, so we're going to turn the magnet off. We're going to try it again. Okay, so now we have a limestone farm. So I want to go ahead and farm some limestone, and then when we come back, we're going to work on getting a floor in for this, and we're going to actually finally work out the actual shape. This is just kind of like part of what I'm planning. I am planning a much bigger area than this, but this is just like the first step. But we need limestone to actually get to where we can kind of do what I want to do here. So let me farm some limestone and we'll come back. Alright, so after almost breaking a full netherite pickaxe and getting, you know, a lot more limestone than I'll ever need, I think we're going to do the floor here in kind of like a random pattern, basically, with the cut limestone and the polished limestone. And the reason why I want to do that is if we look at it, so the texture that it gives off with the cut limestone is more of like a clean texture, and then the polished limestone gives more of like a, okay, this is a tile floor, but it's a little bit dirty in some places. So I think I'm going to do that all the way across the bottom, just to kind of have somewhat of an industrial floor, because, I mean, let's be honest, if you're going to have a floor in any kind of industrial building, it's usually going to be concrete, or in the welding shop I work at, we have a concrete and like a little bit of a dirt floor kind of situation going on, because some of the concrete's all old and busted up, so it looks more like a dirt floor in some places, but mostly you're going to have like a concrete floor. This is the closest thing I can have to a concrete floor without using an actual concrete, which actual concrete, just one, it's really bland color, and or bright or bland or vivid, or you know, it's colored. The only other thing closest to that is terracotta, which terracotta is again one color, but it's like a muted brown tone to that color. So this is the closest thing we got besides calcite, which calcite would be too white, quartz would be too white, and diorite would maybe work, but this has that concrete tone to it that a industrial floor that has some sort of epoxy coating would have. So I'm going based off of that. Now this is going to be steampunk related, but I figured I could bring some elements of my real life into what I'm doing here. So I'm going to go ahead and lay this whole floor out, get it all kind of textured and everything the way that I want it, and then we'll come back in and we will take a look at it once it's done, and then we'll talk about what we're going to be doing next. in between the clips and in between, you know, what you guys saw last, I've done a lot of work. I've gotten majority, like, I want to say like 60% of the stuff that you guys haven't seen is now in. So if we come down here, sorry, my mouse is acting a little wonky. If you come down here, you can see I have all this stuff still the same, but over here I actually ran some of the rods underneath the floor. They actually go in right here on the chain drive, and then they come up out here. As you can see, they come up out here. I don't know if I need this, but I have it because well, I guess I do need it. I don't know. But anyways, if we come here, we put on our goggles, we can see that I'm using a very low amount of stress, 23% actually, and we still have a capacity of 4,704. Now, I was trying with the water wheels because I've heard that water wheels are also really good, but haven't really had much success with that. Now, I do want to use the water wheel for the tree farm. Gear shift in, put the lever on, turn the lever. So this is going to be my smelting area, but I need to figure out why it's not actually smelting anything. I think what it is, I think it needs some more encased fans. So I'm going to have to extend this area out, probably to, I'll probably bring it to right here. But like I said, I want to get some stuff made. I want to make a tree farm, mainly because I want to farm walnut wood, because the walnut wood I can only grow a 1x1, like a 1 by, like Well, I say 1 by 1, but it's, yeah, 1 by 1, however tall. Walnut tree. And I think the tree farm would work great for that. As I tried growing 2 by 2s and I tried growing 3 by 3s, and I tried all the different configurations, and I can't get any of them to change how it's supposed to be. So I'm going to dig this area out, and we're going to extend this back probably to about right here. Alright, so I expanded the factory out, and if we go ahead and have a little look, I haven't filled in all the places, mainly just because I am going to be running rods and stuff through here. Now I figured that we could fill this in, have a path coming up here and over to here, have this like a loading dock for vehicles and stuff. So I'll have storage in here mostly. And then once we're done, once we come over here, this area will have some machines in it. Then we come up here, and I'll have some machines in this area right here. And then I'm gonna have to terraform all this, but went through and added little bits and pieces. Figured, you know, can't really have too much of a like different structure, but I can have different floors. So if we go ahead and fly up, hopefully you guys can see what I'm talking about. Oh, that didn't work. Oh yeah, that's right, this is a server. So if we come up here and look, you can see I'm going to have this platform kind of come out and possibly stay at the same level. Have this area come up, and then I might have a staircase that starts right about this area and goes up to the second floor for anything that can't be taken up there, because I don't want to. I might do an elevator instead of like a staircase. That way you can go up and down between floor to floor. Now this isn't going to be something that's going to be done in one episode. I'm just going to put that out right now. This is not going to be done in one episode. This is a very big factory, and it is going to take a lot of time to route power and route things to where I need them to go. But this is going to be something that we can work on long term. I can do like little bits off camera. We can do little bits on episodes and stuff like that. This is my long-term goal, is to get this factory completely done, completely automated with Create, to where, you know, we have maybe a steam engine over here, or, you know, something. Maybe this will be like a docking station for any kind of airship that is in the area that needs to like load up supplies. I am planning on having a couple of airships around that are going to have farms inside of them, like a creeper farm and maybe an iron farm. I'm not sure. I haven't really decided on the iron farm yet, but I do know that I want a creeper farm in one of them. And I figured this would be the best way to do it, because with all of this, we can just basically, I can pull the limestone back this way, turn this into like a set of steps right here, and then we can have the actual loading bay right here. Now I'm not going to be using the plating blocks as my actual outside, nor am I going to be using the stone bricks, but I wanted to have a way of marking it out. But with the area that we got, I think this is actually going to be pretty good for doing like some sort of giant factory. All right, so went ahead and put in the floor, and it comes up here, goes up here, And then, like I said, I'll probably have a staircase going from here kind of down to right about, thinking right about here is where it needs to stop. Alright, so after doing a lot of thinking, I think this is what I'm going to go for the interior walls. And only the interior walls. The exterior walls are going to be ornate and everything like that, but the interior walls, I think I'm going to go for like a stone, this heavy stone kind of look, because after doing a lot of like looking around and getting burned by this, there we go. After doing a lot of looking around and getting burned by my own belts, I was looking and I saw that the, like, kind of the interior of like factories back in, well, in like any kind of steampunk genre style media seem to be like a gray-ish color. Now I don't want to do a giant gray building, because I mean, why would I want to do a giant gray building? So I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to go ahead and do interior walls in this kind of grayish monotone color, because I mean, it's not really something that's fun, you know, working in a factory all day and just not having any kind of real outside time. Because I mean, I would imagine that in a time period where you're using like Victorian architecture and stuff like that, you're not really concerned with the whole workers' comp and all that kind of situation. So, or, you know, workers' rights, that sort of thing. So I'm going to do very like gray monotone colors. I mean, that's why I went with the olive stone, because it's a very dark gray. And while I like doing a lot of bright colors, I do want this factory to look like a factory and not like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, but like a actual production style factory. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and keep doing the walls kind of like this, and then we'll get started on the tree farm in just a second. So let's go ahead and build this. Got the linear chassis. Got what? I think I need that. And then that one. I need two more. Alright, so need those. Alright, so 1, 2, 3. And then the deployers. Need those as well. But I think those need to go one block above that. So let's see. Some more linear chassis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. Alright, deployers. go here. So 1, 2, 3. And that, set the filters on them like that. So that and that. And I can do this. And then I take the super glue there to there, there to there, there to there, and then there to there. Nice. So once all these grow up, it'll cut all the trees down, and then once we get enough spruce wood, we can go ahead and switch from spruce to walnut, and I can work on getting the walnut rails done. Well, the walnut wood done. Alright, so I set this up in a way that it can actually pull items out. So this thing can just kind of run on its own. And yeah. Now we just got to put these 6 back in here. Alright, so I have your wood delivery here.
I see it.
There you go.
Oh man.
And also, I brought you a couple extra gifts. So here's some... Oh, let me turn my magnet off. Oh, okay. Here's some twisted wood. And here's some twisted wood saplings. Alright, and with that delivery of wood to Tim, we are going to be ending the episode here. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please hit the like button down below. If you have any create farms that you would like to see me create or make, please list them in the comment section down below. And I will see you guys in the next one. Alright guys, bye.